We are back. We're doing that number podcast. Off the back of a good result for the reserves against Wakefield, 26-20. Very, very good first half. Second half dropped off, but I mean they held their own.
Yeah, it looked like I'm not sure what type of side Wakefield put out because it confused me a bit because they didn't list themselves as Wakefield reserves, but I'm assuming maybe they don't have a reserve team and it was just squad players
Yeah,
and
fringe players and all that.
youngsters. Yeah, and I'm not sure if they have an official reserve team, but um, so yeah, I wasn't sure what team was going to go out, but yeah, looked like I just watched the highlights before we came on. Some nice rugby played, some good
Yeah,
performances. Looked like they changed it around a lot in the second, which allowed Wakefield to come back into it a little bit. But seemed like a good result and a good run out as well for some of those players that are not going to be in straight into the first team this year for us.
yeah. It's a credit to like the young lads for holding their own and seeing the game out. To be honest, because 20 nil up and then winning 26-20 after that comeback, they've done really well to keep over the line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think um, I'm trying to get the lineup up actually. That Saints played
Yeah, I
because I
think
know there was a few.
Whitby, yeah, George Whitby played. Jake Davis. Um, I think there's another couple of players on the fringes that got in and out.
There we go. I can find the highlights. I'm just trying to find the full lineup because it was interesting the mix of players. I did see it before the mix of players that we. Yeah, so there it was. Uh, hold on, hold on. I'm gonna make sure I got the right game.
Yeah,
Make sure I got the right game.
come
Yeah,
on, Ben, sort
so
it out.
I had players that so Luca Walsh played, I believe. Oh no, this is last
Yeah,
season's. Yeah, this is showing me last season's. Never mind.
well,
Can't
Luca
find
Walsh
it
did play.
as usual. Um, as usual with anything in rugby league, it's not easy just to find the information you want. So
It'll be on the
even on
search. I just
the official Saints website has nothing on the reserve section, no
right. I'm
games.
sure I got a screenshot of it.
So I'll see if it's in the news section.
Oh, there we
You,
go. Right, I've got it.
there we
We had
go.
Riley Cosgrove, Jacob Douglas, Harvey Bradish, Deacon Swabrick, if that's how you pronounce it.
There we
Lewis
go. Yeah,
Murphy, Luca Walsh, George Whitby, Sam Oakes, Tom Humphries, who made his debut this weekend.
yeah,
Alfie
yeah.
Sinclair, Jake Davis, Billy
yeah.
Keeley, and Cole Marsh. They were your starting lineup.
I think a lot of those will be, any sort of injury crisis. There's a lot of those that'll go straight in.
Yeah,
So it's important to get some good game time. I know the reserve season isn't. I don't think it's the longest, is it? And there aren't big host of teams, but it is better than nothing. It's better than not having just them being squad players and never ever seeing the field until they have to play a big competitive game all of a sudden. So
yeah,
it is useful having the reserves. I think it's a shame more teams don't do it because you lose a lot of older players that might be late bloomers or might have had problems early in the career. You might go on to be good players because you only tend to have your first team, and then your squad players are the ones who have just been promoted from the academy. Those ones that are in like the mid-20s who are not academy graduates anymore, but not first team, without a reserve team, they just go, they just leave.
yeah.
So, it's important to keep players like that around because you never know. Not everyone is going to be Super League ready at like 19, 20 years old, are they?
No,
Especially in a physical
and
sport,
yeah,
like develop later in life. It happens a lot. People in the mid
yeah,
20s. So it's good to see looking, like well organised against a decent Wakefield side and be keeping an eye this year on the reserve league and how that goes.
yeah. It's good to see them all like getting run out as well. I mean, these lads know each other really well. They've played seasons together through the academy ranks, so it
Mm-hmm.
does make you wonder why you don't see more of them because they know each other so well.
Yeah, it's a shame there's more teams don't buy into the reserve, and I guess costs like anything, like in rugby league, a lot of teams maybe
Yeah,
can't afford it, but in the long run, it's just really beneficial, I think, to have. I know years ago there was the A team system, which is kind of what the reserve is these days. I think it's just really important because it's hypothetical, but the amount of potential decent players we might have lost, like not just to Saints, but they might have left rugby league. And if there was a reserve side, 2 or 3 years later, we might have had a gem. And who knows what might happen? Who knows? Some of these older lads getting game time in the reserves, a few injuries happen, they might come in and they might be a lot more ready than what they would have been without that reserve team. Yeah. So
I'm all that kid at Warrington just randomly retired, like early 20s.
Yeah.
It's just madness.
I know personally.
I mean, he has his reasons. It's up to him, but
yeah, I know personally a couple. I know two lads, not closely, but I know them through other people who just before the reserve team restarted a few years ago, they were in that boat. They were academy lads who didn't get a first team contract, so they just left straight away. They just left, and because they couldn't balance a job and a part-time and two jobs, which is what championship is a lot of the time, part-time, they just left the sport at like 20, 21. And I think they were decent lads, those two as well. So it's important to keep this reserve league flourishing as much as possible.
I mean, it keeps the bodies moving and keeps them playing. And obviously,
especially with the forward as well. Yeah. A young lad at 18, 19, they might still have the body of a child. People develop at different ages. Yeah. So to say like, oh, they're not first team ready, 18, goodbye. I've seen lads develop physically 23, 24, even as late as 25. Yeah. So, it's a really key resource, the reserve team. And also for the academy lads that are in the first team, the graduates, it gives them some game time as well, rather than having to wait for, you might get one Challenge Cup game, which we're going to have tomorrow. Other than that, if there's not injuries, they might barely ever play. So those academy graduates feed into that as well, which is really good. They can get some game time against some grown men, basically. So some physical grown men is what the reserve team allows you to play against, because they won't have had that being academy graduates. So
yeah, so it develops the body for impact and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
It's a big difference. Even if the skill level isn't really high, it can be physical. Like some of those reserve team players, I've seen a couple of them. It's hard. It's a lot harder graph than academy level. It is.
Oh yeah.
So physically, it is. So yeah, a really nice lineup. I thought, good result. And if they want to announce the fixtures at any point, that'd be nice. But
yeah,
as with anything in rugby league, trying to find news about anything is like trying to have a conversation with a brick wall. But the Saints website still has no fixtures up for the reserve team this year.
Are you surprised?
No, not at all. not with our website anyway.
No, not a chance.
To be fair, but yeah, we'll see.
Yep.
I'm guessing they just probably don't know. I'm guessing it's an RFL thing, not a Saints thing. To be fair, I'm almost certain it'll be an RFL thing, but we'll leave that, because if I start on the RFL again, that's the entire podcast gone.
Yeah. So, and I'm already planning a rant on some situation like that anyway. So,
all right.
Workington tomorrow. First time in 30 years.
And finally, at the very last second, they decided it's going to be streamed
on the Sportsman.
Oh, Jesus wept. How late did you want to leave that, lads? I mean, come on. Like, it was an obvious choice, but first of all, I would say Challenge Cup coverage is just so bad in general. Why is it being, no offence to the Sportsman, they do a good job with the limited resources they have.
Yeah, for a YouTuber, they do quite well.
They're brilliant. I think it's a bit embarrassing that a team like Saints is on a YouTube channel. We should be on TV somewhere.
Yeah.
Personally, I like the Sportsman for those early Challenge Cup rounds, or like just big games during the season in the NCL. Those amateur teams,
the NCL games,
like, although that would have no chance of being anywhere near TV. They fill a really great hole there. But why BBC only showing like a couple of games like over a weekend? Why?
Yeah,
it does good viewing figures. Whenever you look at Challenge Cup, and we'll review the viewing figures after the weekend because they always publish them. Like, I don't see why they don't have our game on Friday night as well. Just not even on the iPlayer.
Yeah.
When you've got an iPlayer system, You don't have the excuse of, oh well, scheduling conflict. Okay, put us on iPlayer, red button. Is there any reason
It's
not to just put us on the red button?
for example, like
Like,
the Brook Workington game, people will put that on because they want to see an underdog
yeah,
have a go.
the amount of money the BBC rails in every year, I'm not having cost. They can put
Get
a
me
one
started on
camera
that.
setup, like send two people, you know, or two commentators, one director, one camera setup. That's not a lot for the BBC to do. Put it on
No,
iPlayer. So, but at least it's on somewhere. It would have been ridiculous had it not been shown anywhere. So, at least it's something. And like I said, for the limited resources, the sportsmen clearly have a lot of passion for the game and are very professional, and they do a
yeah,
very good job considering it is just a
they
like a
do very
limited
well with what
setup.
they've got
Yeah, of
with
course they
with
do.
the limited resources.
It's
So
also a
yeah,
lot of people are just
shout
going
out
to
to the
miss that.
sportsman.
A lot of people are just going to miss it though. It was only
Yeah,
announced yesterday. It's not really been promoted on Sky or BBC because why would they promote a rival even though they're not showing it? So a lot of people are going to miss that, unfortunately, which is the way it is. So, but that's why we're shouting about it,
yeah,
And anyone listening, a lot of Saints fans might not have realised. So get shouting about it. Sportsman,
yeah.
7:30, YouTube.
And a shout out to the sportsmen for what they do because they're bringing games that, like you said, Sky or BBC won't go near, and they're
Yeah,
bringing them to us. So
it's so
thanks for
stupid
everything you're
anyway.
doing,
But
lads.
yeah, thank you very
Um,
much.
yeah. So the squad, very strong squad, which you'd like to expect. Show a bit of respect to the opponents. Um,
Yeah, I was quite surprised actually. I've just got the squad up here.
yeah,
Just go through it a second. Oh, hold
yeah.
on.
I've got it up here.
Oh dear Lord, me. Tell you what, I'm having all the technical. There we go. It's up now. All the technical issues here. Right. So yeah, we've got Wellesby,
Yes, we've got Feld,
Felt,
Robertson.
yeah, Dion Cross, Tristan Saylor, Johnny Lomax, Walmsley, Clark, Lees, Wright, Clemmer, Host, Delaney, Whitley, Whitby, Shorrocks, Dagnall, McDonald, Davis, Hastings, and Tom Humphreys, who's not been given
Yep.
a number. So interesting. No number. There's no number Tom Humphreys in the squad. I'll
Yeah.
be honest, guys. I'm very shocked at how strong that squad is. I'm very
Yeah.
shocked.
Yeah. I think Rowley's taking it seriously, and like I say, he's showing respect to his opponents here.
And I expected like at least 6 or 7 like first teamers. But I thought he'd want to start the Super League season strong and he wouldn't want to
Yeah.
risk injuries. That's what I thought. Now, granted, there's two sides of this coin because you can also argue if you're not match fit, that can also cause injuries. And we've only had one
Yeah.
friendly so far. So I get it. Like that might be the thinking. They've only had one friendly. We need more game time for Warrington. But fair enough. At the end of the day, we don't have a first past the post system. So if we're a bit screwed injury wise after this game and we don't beat Warrington, it's not the end of the world, really. To be
That's on
fair,
us.
yeah,
End of the
that
day,
is
yeah. That's on selection. And Joe, what? I'd rather go strong with it.
yeah. Again, if we didn't have a playoff system, I would say play the children in this game because we need to win every game to win the league, but we don't.
Yeah.
So I get it. It's fine. And yeah, it'll probably, like I said, allow those players. A few of them didn't appear in the friendly, and a few the people that did only mainly got one half or like 60 minutes. So yeah, it lets people get warmed up, ready for the Warrington game. I suppose gives us another game to practice our attacking play and our
Yeah.
defence and stuff.
They're treating it as another friendly game, but again, with respect to Workington.
Yeah, it seems like they're just really treating this really seriously. Yeah, like
Yeah.
even
Which you want to see. You want to see him doing that.
like you've only got really Jake Davis, Tom Humphreys, who you'd think would normally not be anywhere near a normal squad. So like 2 players who wouldn't be anywhere near a normal squad. A normal squad. So yeah, that's very strong, isn't it?
Yeah. And conspicuous by his absence there is one Matt Percival with news coming out recently.
So
The
Matt
so
Shaw
via
doing
Love Rugby
our
League
news again.
is the statement. Well, not the statement. It's not a statement, but it's what Love Rugby League have said. Mark Percival has fallen out with St Helens after discussions of a 2-year deal at the end of this season have now fallen through. This has reportedly frustrated Percival. Understandable from both sides. Has now made him look for an immediate release from the club, which that bit has rubbed me up the wrong way.
Well, to be fair, apparently Saints have offered him out. So we're offering him out. He's got 1 year left.
Yeah.
I don't want to comment too much on rumour because I've heard things and you don't know because it all could just be pub talk. But so I'm not going to mention any names. I'll leave names out of it. But apparently, and from a decent source, to be fair, but I still won't ever trust someone 100% until it happens.
Yeah.
Or someone involved says something.
Until the club announce it.
Apparently, there was a promise of a 2 year deal last season. We obviously now have a new coach who has a big say, and now it would have changed to a 1 year deal. Percival wants a 2 year deal. Understandable from his point of view. He wants to secure his future. You know, he's in his 30s. He doesn't want to be looking for another team in a year. Saints, with a lot of young lads coming up and a lot of people in his position, thinking that he's approaching his mid-30s, would rather a rolling 1 year deal. That's just what I've heard. Don't know if it's true. So apparently, to avoid, the situation of an unhappy player being here for another year, and we know that can disrupt teams and squad dynamics. I've heard apparently that they're both in kind of a mutual agreement that it's best to try and find him another club, but he still has that 1 year deal. So Saints, I'm sure, would want some money for that. They will not. I don't think we're going to let him go for nothing. He's got that year left. So, and I don't think we should let him go for nothing. We should get some money for him if he does go. It's just, I can understand both points of view. It's a big shame because
well, there's a certain club in the south of France who have been sniffing around him.
Rowley's clearly made his decision on whether he thinks he's a first teamer, in my opinion, based on that. So I don't think he's clearly in Rowley's plans to be starting every week. I disagree personally. I still think he's one of the best centres in the league when he plays.
He is a very good player when he's fit.
I don't agree with some that think he's really fallen off. I don't think he's as good as he was in 22, 23, 21, but I still think he's top 10.
Those his peak years.
I still think he's a top 10 centre in the league. You might disagree. I still think he clearly is. And in terms of our squad, I still think he's a better centre than Robertson or McDonald are. Robertson's got a high ceiling, obviously. Robertson's got a very high ceiling. But right now, I do think he's our best centre. However, can I understand them not wanting to give him 2 years? Because at the end of that, I believe he'd be 34 because he turns 32 soon, doesn't he? So I think he'd be 34 by the end. Yeah, I can understand that. With Dagnall, with Robertson, with McDonald, with Douglas. Yeah, I can understand it. I would have loved if Percival would just have been happy with a 1 year deal because but at the end of the day, if he's not going to be playing first team, he starts for pretty much any other side. I think any side who's got room under the cap would be stupid not to sign him. But yeah, it's just one of those pretty shitty situations where you can understand both points of view. Again, I personally disagree with Rowley that I think he would start every week for me, but it's just all opinions in it. It's not like the other options are bad players or anything.
At the end of the day, he's doing the job, not us.
McDonald, Robertson, and Dagnall. And Dagnall, Robertson, you could argue have higher ceilings at the moment. So yeah, I get it. Fair enough. It's just one of them.
The issue I've got is like we discussed before he came on, he does get knocks and he'll miss a game here and there. Sometimes he can be out for a while, sometimes it's a week. But I think Rowley might have looked at it and gone, that's a lot of disruption.
Possibly, yeah.
Like in and out of the team. It's like you want it more stable. And what I've seen from fans online as well.
So I can understand that when it's like when Douglas, Dagnall, and Robertson are all so young, and Percival's probably a higher earner, which he deserves to be, in my opinion. But
he's won it all for us.
I can understand from the club's point of view going 2 years on another high earner contract. How often do backs Percival's booked to trend a lot because not often do wingers and centres perform at a very high level in the 30s. Does happen sometimes, not a lot. So with them thinking, well, but 2027, he's going to be approaching 34. He might have dropped off a cliff and he's earning one of our highest salaries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It
I
is a
really wanted
gamble.
to
It
stay.
is a
I really,
gamble either way.
but yeah, it's a gamble either way because he could go to somewhere and he could have a barnstormer of a season. And I think as long as he does stay fit, he would have a very good season. So,
Another
but
point I'm going to make as well is like what do you see online all the time? Oh, this player's getting a new deal, he's past it. That player's getting a new deal, he's past it. And now they're not offering that kind of deal to a player who's like getting on in rugby years.
yeah,
That's what I'm looking at. I think the think in the future now.
yeah, which is fair because it's like you've got basically at the moment too many backs for the amount of positions we've got. So well, there's also a big need in the team, in my opinion, for a new hooker. Clark, we've only got Clark as a certified first teamer, and
Yeah.
he's getting on. So they might be thinking, we've got, McDonald, we've got Dagnall, we've got Robertson, we've got, other players who can play in those positions, and we need money for a hooker. That's what they might be thinking. Like, we don't
Yeah.
want to commit to 2 years because in 2 years, within those 2 years, we might need to replace Darrell Clark, and we might also need a second hooker.
Well, I
So
believe Tom Humphries is a hooker, innit?
he is, yeah.
And we've got Jake Burns there. If they're going to go the route of Humphries, he's bridging the little gap.
Yeah.
For all we know, Humphries could be an absolute superstar
Mhm.
that we've not seen yet.
That would make it easy.
That would be ideal, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that'd be
You know what I mean?
ideal.
And you want to see the young players do well. You want to see our
Yeah.
own do well.
I just want to very quickly, because some people have said online, are trying to make out that Percival basically never plays. He never plays. He's always injured. Now, does he pick up a lot of 1 to 2 game
Yeah,
knocks?
I think it seems like it from them.
Undisputed. And I understand why, because you're constantly getting the news he's injured every few weeks. I understand why that's got into people's heads. But I've got Rugby League Project up now. And last year he played 23 games. I believe the total games, including the cup and playoffs, are just over 30. So he played 23 last year before 21, year before 23. Between 2020, 2021, and 2022, weirdly enough, his most successful years when no one was doubting him were his most injury prone years,
Yeah.
where he played 17, 19, and 5. So he isn't, it's not like he would never play. Looking at this, he would likely play at least 20 games, which is the majority of your season. And he was fit near the end of the year as well, which is what really matters. So for
Yeah.
another team, I could understand why they'd go for him. I think it'd be, I just hope it's not warranted. Please just don't be warranted. Please.
That and much more on this week's Rugby League Mythbusters.
All right. So I just hope it's not one of our big rivals, which
I believe
unfortunately,
it's
I think
Catalan that sniffed around him the most.
Catalan love an over 30s player.
They do,
That'd
don't
be
they?
a shame for him because I just think they're a bit of a mess still, squad and coaching wise. And
Yeah.
that'd be a shame. I think Lee would be a
Unless
very good.
Mixon's had a word with him.
True, that is a appeal, isn't there? He's got one of his best mates there, but I think Lee would be a good fit for him. It'd kill
Yeah.
me inside, but I think it would be a good fit for him. But we don't know what's really going on. It could
He
be
deserves to be in a top side.
this could be an agent like putting stuff out there to
Yeah,
try and
yeah,
force the
it could
clubs
be.
out. Well, we don't know what's really so until we hear someone comment on it. We're gonna we'll play the fence. We can understand both sides until we've got more details. And
Well,
we'll see
obviously the
what
club
happens.
league has gone as told Matt Shaw, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah. Which is, I think it's usually agents Matt Shaw speaks to. He's probably spoke
Yeah.
to Percival's agent because he knows a lot of them. Matt Shaw. I think he probably knows all of them at this point in Super League. But
Rugby League Romano Fabrizio.
it could be Percival's.
Romano, quite wrong way around.
Yeah, Percival could just be going, oh, I was promised 2 years, or I'm not sure about one. Let me think about it. And his agent is just trying to force the club's hand and be a little shit like agents often are. So we don't know, but he might end up staying. I hope he does, but I understand if it doesn't happen. I understand.
I mean, a game like these offering all the players contracts. I mean, we've give Pass another year. I don't think we'll see him.
Yeah. That was the thing that initially rubbed me the wrong way a little bit was that, and I don't want to have a go at individuals because they all try the hardest when
Yeah.
they put the red V on. But we have offered in the last few years contracts that some players, in my opinion, did not deserve at all.
Yeah.
First of all, out of some of the ones we've offered contracts to, like some players that never played again that we offered contracts to, you know, surely Percival then deserves one. But I do also understand that that was the old regime, and they might be drawing a line in the sand where we're not doing that anymore. Like,
And it's just
which
unfortunately landed
fair
on him.
enough. If that means it, unfortunately, Percival gets caught in that crossfire, but it also means a lot of dead weight don't end up getting those silly year extensions we love to give out, then all right, I do get that. I'd say fair enough. You've stuck to your guns and you've drawn a line in the sand. We're being serious again.
Yeah.
As a club, it might mean someone's that we shouldn't have got rid of. We get rid of. We don't know until in hindsight. Percival could go to Catalan, play 3 games all year, or he might play 30 and get injured all season. We don't know.
Yeah.
And then be rubbish all season. We don't know. So we don't know until hindsight.
Yeah.
So
We don't
at the
have
end
a
of the day,
crystal
the
ball.
club, it's not an easy choice. It's not a crystal ball. They don't have an easy choice when it comes to this. So I can respect the fact that they've gone. I can respect the fact that Rowley clearly has a big say on the playing staff, which I think a coach should. I like that. Wellens clearly had it as well too. I just don't think some of the decisions were great, but that is good. I'm very glad that clearly, reading in between the lines, he gets a big say on who stays and who goes. I think a coach always should. I don't want it to go the football route where you've got entire recruitment teams of 80 people and a manager who doesn't basically get a say on who he signs or who he doesn't.
Yeah.
I think that's a ridiculous way to do things.
I think the man who's in charge of the team should have a massive
week
say on
in,
it.
week out. They should absolutely. And I think other sports.
But they should be able to final say, to be honest.
Yeah, they should get the sign off, and it should be as simple as that. Which it seems like we do, and
which I don't think Paul Wellens had, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know entirely. I do know like the certain players he did want to give another chance to. How much that was him having an actual outright say or just giving his opinion, we don't know. We don't really know with Rowley completely either. I'm just trying to read between the lines. It does seem like if he was promised it last year, reading in between the lines, that seems to me that Wellens has promised him 2 years.
Yeah.
Rowley doesn't want that. Could be wrong, but I'm just trying to. If that story is true, that we've pulled a 2-year deal, Eamon's still there, Rush is still there. Who's changed?
How's your Wi-Fi going there,
that,
Ben? Because you are cutting out and coming back in and jumpy and
it's fine.
Glitching.
It's fine.
Yeah, just glitching a little bit at times.
Now.
It's all right.
It's only on Zoom that it does this.
Zoom's yeah. I need to find a better bloody software. I'm going to be honest. Speaking of signings, Saints Women's have made 3 this week.
Have indeed.
Jadine and Emmy McVernon. Jadine came from Salford. We don't know a lot about it. It was in the championship, but welcome to the club. And Emmy was at Oral St James, so they are sisters. They are sisters, and good luck to them. And Michaela Gillespie, who came from New Zealand to play volleyball. Netball, sorry, not volleyball.
Yeah, that's a really cool story. I was reading that.
Yeah, spotted by Saints. You know what I mean? Saw that she had a quick pair of feet on and going, right, we'll have you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, what is reading the article quickly. Came over to play for YMCA Bury and also to work in sport. She was actually working at the RFL as a RFL development officer, which is it's a great story. I think she might still be an RFL development officer as well, and saw the opportunity to try out to train, which I love. What a great story that is. Like, work for the RFL, can I come down and train? Yeah, of course you can. There's a contract. Great story. Love that. That's a great one. So, good luck to her. Good luck to all of them. Obviously, we won't know anything about Michaela because she's only just started playing the sport.
Yeah.
With JD and Emmy. I'm not going to pretend to know loads about them, to be fair. I don't, but
I'm sure we'll soon find out.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Jadine. So hopefully they'll both be great additions to
Yeah.
the squad, and they seem to recruit very well, Saints women. So I'm sure they won't let anyone down, and be interesting to see how they get on when we start covering the all the women's games when they get kicked off.
Yeah. And on the subject of the women, we've already touched on the Challenge Cup. We know what's going on there. The Super League fixtures were released, and round one is Barrow
Uh,
away.
we actually got the fixtures with plenty
Yeah,
of time.
yeah.
Wow. I can't believe it, Gus.
I know it's listen, it's
Thank
just
you,
it's happening now.
RFL. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you to the RFL, I must say.
can't believe it's
So
saying something like that.
it won't happen often during the year, so we're going to say it when we can, to be fair.
Yeah, and we'll say it with
Um,
chest.
that's it.
Either
Yeah, so
way,
obviously we start with the Challenge Cup stuff. At the moment, I believe we only know we've got
uh,
Huddersfield and Catalan in the
yeah,
Challenge Cup games. And then obviously when knockouts happen, they'll happen, I believe, in March. And then halfway through May, we get the Super League season with Barrow, York away, which I might actually try and go to that because it is on a Saturday, and I do like a trip to York. Huddersfield, Featherstone, Leeds, Wigan, and Leigh, and I believe there should be other fixtures there. They're not all on this page, maybe, and maybe
yeah.
they haven't announced all of
They
them. I
play
don't know.
Wigan on the 27th of June.
Yeah, but this doesn't look like a full fixture list on the Saints website
Yeah,
for some
it's only
reason.
showing not showing like two
It's not showing the
like
home and
fixtures
away. Yeah,
each.
it's just showing
Yeah,
It's just showing one of the two. So I don't know. Maybe they haven't sorted out
so
the second
maybe
half of
they'll
the
be part of
season.
double headers
Good shout. Yeah, very good
because
shout.
I think
True.
they do that a lot.
Yeah, so we've only got one of the two home and aways on the fixture list at the moment. I'm guessing the other alternate game will come at some point, but they'll all be after July anyway. So we've got until the 11th of July sorted for the Saints women. Um, get some more coverage of them on the podcast this year. I'll try to get to more games now that I'm going to be able to get to more games
Yeah.
this year anyway.
So yeah, Barrow round one. Who I believe I picked them to be the one spooners.
Yes, yeah. So it'll be interesting
It's
to see
horrible to
how they
say,
get
but
on.
someone has to get there. Someone has to
Well,
be there, don't
it
they?
has to be
Unfortunately.
somebody, doesn't it? It has to be
Yeah.
somebody. So I think you're probably not far off there. To be fair, that's
Yeah. Yeah, not that you went with Featherstone, didn't you?
yeah. It's going to be tough anyway. For whoever it is, it's going to be tough. There is a big quality gap between the top few sides and the rest of the league. Just got to hope they keep making progress and
Yeah.
trying to
But
bridge
you
it
have
as
got
much as
Lee
they
and
can.
Huddersfield closing that gap down.
Yeah, I think Huddersfield will. We'll see. I could be wrong, but I think Huddersfield will
Yeah. I mean,
be
they
better than they
kept
were.
up. They kept up last year, and so
Yeah,
did Lee.
yeah.
So yeah. I'm gonna go into this because I need to kick off about this.
All right, here we go.
I mean, me having a kick off. I mean, who knew?
Here we
Have
go.
you seen a single advert for the new Super League season on Sky Sports yet?
No.
No. Our good mate Dan O'Brien, who's been on a few times, he works in a pub. He has Sky Sports on all the time, all day, every day. He's seen not even a scratch of promotion for it, and it's him that pointed it out to me last night. Actually, he's like, "Where is the promotion? We're a week out, and there's no promotion." And it
Not
just tells you that
surprised to
Sky
be.
Sports couldn't give a flying fuck
No.
about Super League.
Now, what frustrates me is when there's actually a bit of effort. Again, viewing figures, and things like that. They're always pretty good. We're not like if they were that bad, we wouldn't have a deal at all. And the numbers that got released by IMG, I believe it was IMG last year, shows that viewing figures are going up in rugby league at the moment. So you'd think they'd want to promote it even more because those figures would be even higher. Like it just seems like they're just shooting themselves in the foot. You've
Yeah,
paid for the sport, your money, you've paid for it. You want to have a good return on that investment. You want your ads and things like that being shown to hundreds of thousands of viewers. you'll get more viewers if you put a bit of effort in promoting it a bit.
Yeah.
We've had this chat before, haven't we? I mean, why do we not have Boots and All back on Sky Sports? That was a great little. We need a discussion show. We need a soccer Saturday. We need a Boots and All. We need something like that. We need a proper highlight show on Sky Sports at a decent time. Um, and all these, and some people don't like it, and I don't like all of it. The modern fan engagement stuff that football does, but you can't deny that it gets a lot of viewers, and it does.
Yeah.
We don't have anything like that with fans getting on board with
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Can you imagine Sky Sports getting those idiots into fucking studio
We got nothing,
talking
but
about it?
But I just don't get their point of view because they're paying for this and they get a better return on that investment if more people watch it. We've proven that we can sell a sport to a degree ourselves because viewing figures are going up. Fact. Viewing figures are going up. If you helped us more, they would go up even more.
Yeah.
I don't
Garner
get
some interest in it.
why, when they do put a bit of effort in, like a month leading up to Magic last year, I saw loads. It was all on the football, advertising it. Match at weekend, Newcastle. Viewing figures were brilliant. Attendances were good. And that was a little snippet of what they can do. And that was like minimal effort, which they don't usually do. Just give us minimal effort,
Yeah. I mean, you
I
look
don't
at
know.
look at the high profile people in sports who are fans of rugby league. Roy Keane, Stuart Pearce, Tony Bellew,
Yeah.
looking Mike Smith.
And we don't engage with them. And I know,
Well, why aren't they bringing these people in? Johnny, even like
should
people
they?
like Johnny Vegas, again, when you had that promo video last time.
Like I said, we even
Brilliant.
I saw Roy Keane's American football fan as well. And they've had him like reviewing the Super Bowl because he's an but he never
Like that one you have
reviews
on,
but he never
is it Channel
reviews rugby
4?
league. Like he never reviews rugby league.
Yeah.
They had a segment after the football where Micah Richards and Roy Keane predicted the NFL playoffs, but they never asked them about the big Super League game.
Yeah.
5 minutes at the end of your coverage, to promote it. We're not asking for a lot of you, I don't think.
I mean, like Jetta State Roberts is a fucking Wigan fan, for Christ's sake. I'm sure he'd say something.
I'm sure if they asked them, because they work for Sky, these people, I'm sure if they said, listen, why don't you do a little 20 minutes here, just promoting some rugby. And when they're in the crowd as well, why don't they ever get them on at half time just for 5 minutes to create that sense that it's important? Like, I remember, I think they did it with Bradley Wiggins once. They interviewed him at half time in the game.
Yeah.
But, like, why don't they need to get Pearson, Keane? I know Rooney sometimes probably too busy now.
He's apparently a Leeds fan, isn't he?
He went to the odd game as well, yeah.
Yeah. Dion Dublin's been to fucking Saints.
I've seen it a lot where they'll just show him in the crowd. I'm like, get him on the coverage, get him on.
Yeah.
Like, because a casual viewer flicking through, oh, bloody hell, Roy Keane, what's this? Not football.
Yeah.
Gets them interested. So, I don't know. I would think we should have Boots and All back, a highlight show back, like Match of the Day, more live coverage stuff during Friday and Saturdays.
Who do you have? Like, so you have a panel of 3 people to do Boots and All.
Guys, all I'm saying is, that's in an ideal world, we'd have all of that. But they don't even do the bare minimum. Never mind that. We need to walk before we can run. Start putting some fucking adverts on other things first.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the build-up they do for the NFL at the end of every football game.
I know.
Chiefs versus Patriots. Next week, Super Bowl. This time, this. Rugby League? No.
Right.
Never.
Right. Half time in a Super League game. What's Brian Carney doing? On about Premiership football at half time.
Shit most of the time.
Yeah.
But
he brings up Premiership football.
Does, yeah.
NFL, cricket, rugby union.
All of it.
Do you see rugby league on the other way around? No. Maybe when the grand final's on.
Again, you get grand final, you get Magic Weekend, you might get Challenge Cup when they have the semi. A couple of I know in the past they've had like a semi-final or quarter-final. Other than that, that's like kind of the.
Right.
And what annoys me is that they keep. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if they own. In fact, they do actually. They own most of the rights to the championship, and they don't show it. That's what annoys me with them. They basically buy it so no one else can have it.
I'll tell
That's
you
what
what,
they do.
TNT would show it. TNT would put a couple of championship
But
games on.
I remember when it was a shame because we had Premier Sports. Was it Premier Sports a couple of years ago? Who
Yeah,
did Monday Night Championship, and it was really good coverage, very good coverage,
yeah.
professional, and it's one of the most entertaining leagues going, by the way.
Adam Hills
And
as well.
now, yeah, and now you only get again the Sportsman YouTube streaming the odd one. Yeah, and I found out Sky own most of the rights to the championship. They haven't
Yeah.
shown it in over 10 years. So
Apart from like the grand final of theirs.
how selfish is that? Just to go,
I
no,
know.
we want it, so you can't have it. Are you going to show it then? No. Why?
Do you know
If
what
they
that
own,
is? That's Man
they,
City behaviour.
that's greed behavior. Yeah, it's
It is.
pure greed behavior.
Yeah.
You own the rights. Like, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. This was the case a few years ago. It might have changed, but I believe they do. Still, that's why Premier Sports couldn't show more games. Is that Sky own most of it? Why not just put a game on a Monday night like they used to? I remember growing up watching those Sky Sports Monday night championship games and the odd Saturday one. Really entertaining, free
Yeah.
flowing, like open style of rugby.
It's not
Like
overly fucking restricted.
that isn't like because the defenses aren't basically as good, but it
Yeah.
leads to an entertaining game. So I don't know. We're missing a boat with championship as well. I think it would also help if there was TV money going to championship teams as well. They desperately need it. So
Joe to really drill this in here now, right? 1996, the RFL were given 70 million to the RFL from Sky Sports per annum for 5 years. Do you know how much we're getting now?
oh, it's got barely anything
12,
now. Yeah,
12 million.
13, yeah.
With more teams.
And with inflation, that'd be
Yeah,
worse.
30
even
years worth of
worse.
inflation.
Yeah.
No wonder
So,
the sport is dying on its ass.
like, I think it's next year we're up for that renewal of the deal again. What we need is just to keep pushing with the IMG stuff because I know a lot of the chairmen are having paddies about it, but again, attendances are up and viewing figures are up. It must be doing something right. Keep pushing with that and hope that either TNT, Netflix, or Amazon come to the table to
I don't
challenge
think
Sky
Netflix or Amazon would grab it.
because
I really
that
don't.
would force Sky to up their offer. At the end of the day, no matter how good our viewing figures are, our attendances are, our sponsors are, if there's no challenger to Sky, they still will barely up the offer because there's no one, they don't have to. BBC are not going to be able to put much money in. Their offer is always going to be tiny.
Yeah.
Same with ITV and Channel 4. I mean, Channel 4 bloody got games for free. As good as their coverage was, they were, games for nothing. Same with the odd BBC game that they have now. So what we desperately need is a TNT or Amazon to push Sky's offer up. Whether we take it or not,
I would love it on TNT.
Whether we take it or not, we might stick with Sky, but at least someone pushes their offer up. We need someone to take a look at us and notice us and push. By the way,
those numbers I've been given there, they are from our mate Dan. So shout out to him on that. Thank you.
Let's hope not.
TNT, I would love it on there because you look at the show lower league football.
Yeah.
So they'd have no problem putting the championship on there.
The only annoying thing is that, I mean, last time their offer was lower than Sky's, and the Sky's was only 13 mil, 12 mil. And they've also just recently paid for a lot of rugby union. So whether they'll in a position to do that.
The rate rugby union is going down the shitter.
Yeah. So
clubs are dropping like flies at a minute.
Whoever it is, we need someone to push Sky because people seem to assume that if all our metrics are good, the deal will naturally go up. And it will a little bit, but it won't.
But it has to go both ways. They need to do their bit as well.
We need competition for Sky.
Yeah.
Because Sky could go, well, that's great. Yeah, viewing figures are up. You've got bigger sponsors, more money. But what other offers do you have?
There you go.
Take it or leave it as your 12 mil. So we need an alternative viewing platform. And it's not going to be BBC because they never offer jack all, neither to Channel 4. It needs to be a streaming service or someone like TNT. That's the only chance we've got of getting that Sky offer up. Or actually taking an alternate offer, which is higher, which would be nice. So I would love it on TNT if possible. I
I
think the
would.
coverage is
I'd
very
look
good.
like to say they show the lower league football, so they show championship whether it's a game one game a week. Each club's going to get a little bit of money for it.
Yeah. And I've watched
They
the
might
rugby
give us a
league
show as well.
coverage, and to be honest, the coverage was better than the games that I actually tried to watch.
In fact, do
To
you know
be
what? They
fair.
promote Sky Sports promote NRL better than they do fucking Super League
They do. Yeah.
because they know the NRL will go. Fuck off.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
they've got that
Because
power too.
they've done it before. They've walked before. They'll do it again.
Yeah, yeah, possible.
Anyway, you wanted to touch on Oldham's situation, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, and there's actually been more of an update on this actually. So, what's coming out of Oldham at the moment is let's see, I think it was on the chairman did make a statement, I believe, recently. Try and find it. The Rugby League's website is also pretty bad. Um, it's hard to keep up. That's the thing because it's just like another article every week. Oh,
Yeah.
Oldham Rugby League Club. Right, so let's
See,
see. I believe there is a statement from right Club News. Here we go. Club News.
well, the strategic review from the RFL came out today as well, which I've not had a chance to read yet.
Right, so
But I don't think I've got the energy for that.
3 days ago, Oldham released a statement after the director of rugby, Mike Ford, left suddenly. Now, Mike Ford, obviously a big time player who was talking about wanting to get Oldham to Super League. And in his statement, he cited the direction of the club as a reason for him leaving. And he's not confident, basically, in the way it's going. Also, I believe, was it the head coach left recently too?
Yeah, Sean Long left in a.
Obviously, Sean Long left also, during last season, despite the fact that the club were like near the top of the league at the moment. Club chairman Bill Quinn has been banned from the ground for 12 months amidst a dispute with the football team, which still means they can't play games at Barnsley Park. Stadiums, they can't play games at their own stadium at the moment.
Yeah.
And Oldham's kind of statement just seems to be really positive, and I'm not sure if they're like burying their heads in the sand a little bit with this, but it just seems to, they named a new head coach. I think very recently they named a new full-time head coach, and they just thanked Mike Ford, and they've basically said, "Oh, it's just a bit of a financial dispute and they're trying to like kind of blaming the football team a little bit for that not being resolved yet. The football team are blaming them.
That's got to be both ways, though, isn't
it? It usually is, a bit of in the middle, really, with that. I'm just trying to find, I don't know why no news site has it, because I saw it advertised on social media before. There is also a winding up petition from HMRC, although Oldham Rugby say that they're fine financially, and these reports are.
The was throwing a lot of money.
These reports are a load of rubbish. Apparently, that's what they're trying to say. But there's also been a winding up petition, so both things can't be true. If there's a winding up petition, you're not fine financially, are you? So who knows what's going on? It does seem like a bit of a mess. Someone like Mike Ford leaving is worrying. Having a dispute with your landlord and both teams blaming each other is worrying. So yeah, it doesn't seem like there is. It seems like and it's a bit of a shame as well, because Oldham, again, with Mike Ford as director, with the chairman pumping in a lot of money, with the fact that they constantly said, we want Super League, we want Super League. It's a bit worrying where as someone like Mike Ford says the direction of travel is not good, and they are no closer to getting back into their own ground, with their own chairman banned from the ground, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So we, a shit situation, and we don't want another Salford happening, especially because it looks like the Oldham seem to be set up as big players in the Championship now. So hopefully that gets resolved sooner rather than later. I know,
Yeah, I mean,
again,
Featherstone are in the same situation now and all.
obviously Featherstone not even playing this season, which is just
Yeah, I
crazy.
think that's the right call, to be honest.
Yeah, I understand why
Gives them time
you
to
can't
rebuild
do
and
it.
what, you
You
know.
can't do a Salford again and just let any old clown take over. But yeah, it's not it's worrying anyway from Oldham, and hopefully they can turn this round sooner rather than later. I do believe the chairman is looking to step aside, and I can't confirm that because it's not on their website.
Yeah.
But apparently that might be for the best anyway.
I mean, all this is just pure speculation from our point. We're just looking at what's been put out there and going, oh, well, what's going on?
Yeah, so a bit worrying anyway.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you don't want to see clubs going under.
no, absolutely not. And the championship's weak enough as it is at the moment. So
Yeah.
yeah. So best of
Oh, well.
wishes to Oldham and the fans. Hopefully that gets sorted soon.
Aye. Right. I think that's about it. Ben, unless you can think of anything else.
No, good for me.
I didn't rant as much as I thought I was going to do then.
I did well.
It's going to come at some point, though, isn't it?
Oh,
It'll come
I.
at some point where I blow me top.
Oh, I. Well, that's what we love.
Yeah.
That's what gets
Yeah.
the. That's what the
People
viewers
like
love.
angry guys.
It is.
Oh well. Yeah. So yeah, Workington tomorrow. If you're not going, it's on the Sportsman YouTube channel.
Yes, I'll be watching
I'm
it
going to
there.
keep pushing it on the social media just to get everyone to see it and get as many views as we can. One, because they want to see Saints, and two, to help out someone who's helping out rugby league.
And next week we will be reviewing a competitive Saints game and previewing a Super League game. We're here. We're back.
We'll be back to normal then.
Oh
Instead
yes.
of scouring every nook and cranny for a bit of news. Excuse me.
Oh yes.
So yeah, we'll be reviewing that and previewing the next game. So we will see you then.
Yes. Take care, everyone.